subscribe to the channel. It's free, and also pray for me. Please pray for me. Please pray for me that I get my SNAP money back so I can buy food. I'm in a wheelchair. Please pray for me that I get my benefits back so I can buy food. I'm in a wheelchair, can't walk or move my arm. I'm in a wheelchair, I can't walk or move my arm. Please pray for me that I get my benefits back so I can buy food. I am disabled. Please pray for me that I get my benefits so I can buy food. I am a quadriplegic, can't walk or move my arms, been in a wheelchair for 40 years. Eyes wide. please pray for Mikey to get his food. Please pray for Mikey to get his snap back so he can buy food. And also, if you can sub, that'd be awesome. Please pray for Mikey to get his food back. Please pray for Mikey so he can get his snap back so he can get his food. And please subscribe.
Introducing.
I told you to come up. The Azure Slash's energy could shadow your meridians. This isn't the time for heroics. Get back.
But
Relax, Mom. This stupid prince is no match for Dad.
Mom? You already have...
Could Bricks be the 10 horns or the 10 kings in the book of Revelation? I think it's a very real possibility. Let's get into it. So let's start by looking at what BRICS actually is. BRICS is a coalition of countries that was started to essentially challenge the dominance that the United States has. They wanted to stop relying on the US dollar so much, and they wanted to start essentially a new world order. Now, BRICS started with 5 members or 5 countries, hence its name: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Over the last few years, they have added 5 more countries, and now as of 2024, they are officially a 10-member, 10-country coalition. Here are all of the 10 official countries that are in BRICS. What's crazy is this coalition makes up almost half the world's population, 45%, or almost 4 billion people. Now, what does this all have to do with the book of Revelation? Well, to answer that question, we have to go to the book of Daniel, because to understand the book of Revelation, you have to first understand the book of Daniel. Now, in the book of Daniel, we have dreams or visions. We have Nebuchadnezzar's dream, and then we have Daniel's dream. Both of these dreams, both of these visions represent kingdoms that were, and they also represent kingdoms that are yet to come, all culminating with the Antichrist kingdom. So we're going to take just a brief look at Nebuchadnezzar's dream because this gives us a good look at the different kingdoms, and this of course plays into Revelation. So this is what he saw. He saw a statue. Each part of the statue was made up of something different, and that represented a different kingdom. So his empire, the Babylonian Empire, was the head of gold. Then the Mede-Persian Empire was made of silver, that came next, which followed by the Grecian Empire, which was made of bronze, and then the legs were made of iron, which represented the Roman Empire. Now here at the bottom, his feet and the toes were made of partly iron and partly clay. And so this empire is made up partly of the Roman Empire. Keep that in mind for later. Now these kingdoms represent the kingdoms that persecuted Israel. There are a total of 7, but 2 were not mentioned. I think they were Egypt and Assyria. They were prior to the Babylonian kingdom. Now we move on to Daniel's dream, and he saw 4 beasts. And those 4 beasts correlate to the 4 different empires in the statue of Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Now the 4th beast here in the yellow is the 4th kingdom, or the iron legs. It's the 4th empire. It's the Roman Empire. And then you'll notice here the 10 horns. The 10 horns on the 4th beast that he saw represents the 10 toes on Nebuchadnezzar's statue. So that's why when we go back to the statue here, you'll see the toes are partly iron, because this kingdom, which is different from this kingdom arises and it's made up of partly the Roman Empire, or it's a revived Roman Empire. And so these 10 kings in the last days will start to build an extremely strong coalition that will eventually be the revived Roman Empire. Now what's interesting is it says the 10 kings will come from this kingdom, but what we also learn is that these 10 kings will not start and finish this empire. Who solidifies and finishes this empire, who essentially takes over? The Antichrist. The 10 horns you saw are 10 kings who have not yet received a kingdom, but who for 1 hour, just means a short time, will receive authority as kings along with the beast. They have one purpose and will give their power and authority to the beast. So if we go back to this verse, it says after them. So after the 10 kings have already solidified their coalition, have solidified what they began to do, another king will arise, different from the earlier ones, and he will subdue 3 kings. And this verse is why the Antichrist is always referred to as the little horn. While I was thinking about the horns, the 10 horns or the 10 kings, before me was another horn, a little one, which came up among them, and 3 of the first horns were uprooted before it. And so what the Antichrist is going to do is he's going to essentially come in and take over. He's going to come in and subdue or take out 3 of the kingdoms or 3 of the countries, and then he's going to set up his final kingdom, the 7th kingdom. Now we know from scripture that the 10 kings will come out of the old Roman Empire. This is a map of the old Roman Empire, and it is interesting that there are a lot of similarities to a map of the members of BRICS. Whenever you look up BRICS, it's New World Order stuff, it's changing the current system stuff, it's international peace stuff. BRICS expansion is a new world order of strategic multi-alignment. Think of what a modern revived Roman Empire would look like. A modern Roman Empire, a unified system that governs everything, that is a powerhouse. We know that the beast system is a one world system, one world religion, one world government, one world everything. It is a powerhouse. And then I found this, and this was the cherry on top for me. We all know what AI is. Russia teams up with BRICS to create AI alliance. It even has its own artificial intelligence agency. We know that the beast system incorporates AI or is made up of AI or however you want to look at it. So this is very interesting to me, and this is actually a very recent article as of this month. So this is all new. So when I was looking at all of this, I was trying to put it all together and incorporate America. How is the United States going to play into all of this? And so I started to pray about it. I literally asked God, I was like, okay, so we have this 10-member coalition that's already established. They're integrating AI, so that obviously is the start of these 10 horns. It's already established, which will eventually be the beast system. The Antichrist is going to take over all of this. He's going to subdue 3 of the countries, and it's going to create the 7th kingdom, which is the revived Roman Empire. And as I was praying, I instantly had an image, I think God showed me, it reminded me of Captain Brainchip, who is constantly talking about the Roman Empire. So is it possible that the Antichrist, who will come out of the United States, is going to partner with BRICS somehow in the near future and is going to take it over? He has constantly been talking about Rome. And they don't do this stuff for no reason. Y'all, again, if you are paying attention, they tell you what they're up to. Y'all, we know that the beast system is the revived Roman Empire. So I think it's a little too coincidental that Captain Brainchip over here, the one that wants to merge you with AI, is already talking about the revived Roman Empire. This, along with the temple being ready to be built, they have the red heifers ready. They are practicing the sacrifice. The same temple, y'all, that the Antichrist will sit in is ready to be built. We are truly living in the last hour.
A little boy followed his mother to celebrate his grandfather's 70th birthday. When they arrived, he noticed a withered tree with a sign next to it that read, "Whoever can revive this money tree will be rewarded with a large sum of cash." The boy immediately realized that the tree hadn't withered naturally, it had been deliberately cut, which caused it to die. Without hesitation, he urinated at the base of the tree, believing it could help. Unfortunately, this scene was witnessed by his grandfather and second uncle. The old man was so furious that he nearly collapsed on the spot, and the second uncle grabbed the boy, ready to beat him. The boy's mother quickly intervened to protect her son. The second uncle harshly accused her, saying the boy had desecrated the family's sacred money tree, which had brought fortune for generations, and that she still dared to defend him. The mother was left speechless, and even the surrounding relatives believed the boy had committed an unforgivable act that would bring misfortune upon the family. The boy, however, insisted that the tree had withered only because it had been cut down by someone, and that his method could really revive it. But no one believed him. The grandfather, thinking the boy was being insolent, ordered that both mother and son be expelled from the family. The second uncle seized the opportunity to blame all of the family's past troubles on the mother. Unable to endure the slander, the boy pushed his second uncle and revealed the truth, that everything had been caused by the uncle's deliberate actions. Exposed, the uncle was momentarily stunned, but he still demanded that the mother and child be cast out. At that very moment, the withered money tree miraculously revived before everyone's eyes. The family was stunned, and the grandfather dropped to his knees in gratitude. Yet, the second uncle stubbornly claimed the revival was due to the grandfather's birthday aura, not the boy. Fortunately, the grandfather was not so easily deceived, and he allowed the mother and son to remain for the banquet. During the feast, the second uncle mocked the woman again, questioning why she hadn't brought a birthday gift. Calmly, the boy urged his mother to present it. To everyone's surprise, she pulled out a lottery ticket. The second uncle laughed at them, mocking that they could barely afford 100 yuan and yet dared to claim their gift was the most valuable, while he himself had prepared treasures worth millions. But the boy remained confident, declaring that the ticket was not just any ticket, it was destined to win the jackpot, a staggering 10 billion. The room fell into shock. The second uncle ridiculed him further, saying only a fool would pick such numbers and that it was impossible to win. Then he revealed with arrogance that the lottery company belonged to him, and that he alone decided who won the jackpot. But the boy stood firm, insisting, "My mother bought the winning ticket." The second uncle grew smug and proposed a wager. In front of everyone at the banquet, he declared that if his sister-in-law's lottery ticket won the jackpot, he would acknowledge her right to inherit within the Qin family. But if she failed, she and her son would have to kneel, admit their mistake, and leave the family forever, never to return. The boy, undaunted, added his own condition. If they won, he would ride on his uncle's shoulders and make him crawl like a dog before the entire family. The room erupted with tension, and everyone waited to see what would happen. The second uncle called for the lottery draw to begin right there at the banquet, inviting all the relatives as witnesses. Behind the scenes, however, he ordered his men to tamper with the numbers. He smugly explained that he had already predetermined the winning combination, numbers so absurd and unexpected that no one could have possibly chosen them. He was certain the boy's ticket stood no chance. Some mocked the mother and son for being foolish, others whispered that the child was naive. When the first number was revealed, gasps filled the room. It matched the numbers on the boy's ticket. The second uncle's smile faltered. "If you are the mother, will you allow your son ride on his uncle's shoulders and make him crawl like a dog before the entire family?" A little boy followed his mother to celebrate his grandfather's 70th birthday. When they arrived, he noticed a withered tree with a...
The man noticed at a glance that the stepping stone under the table was a treasure, but instead, he pointed at a vase and asked the boss how much it was. The boss was surprised that the man chose a worthless vase. He immediately confidently stated he would sell it to the man for 200 yuan. The man, upon hearing this, did not hesitate and bought it right away. The rich second generation quickly mocked upon seeing this, saying the man was like a blind man who had just regained his sight. Attempting to appraise treasures was simply wishful thinking. Even the female CEO nearby advised the man to change to another treasure. However, the man confidently stated that his judgment would not be wrong. Grandfather, I think you must have seen it wrong. He is not the person we are looking for. Don't you think that the vase in his hand is worthless? Grandfather, could it be? But the oblivious rich second generation still mocked that the man bought garbage. The man saw the rich second generation constantly shouting, so he asked if he dared to bet with him. He even took out his property worth $1 million in the city as a stake. He bet on the 3 treasures he selected, each of which was worth over 10 million. If he lost, the house would belong to the rich second generation. If he won, the rich second generation and his malicious ex-girlfriend would have to kneel and apologize to his mother by bowing. Unexpectedly, as soon as these words were spoken, it completely caught the malicious ex-girlfriend off guard. She hurriedly sought comfort from the rich second generation beside her. The rich second generation immediately agreed to the bet. He then stated that if the man lost, he would have to hand over the house, and also had to bark like a dog. The man surprisingly agreed without hesitation. At this moment, the boss beside them saw this, and mocked him for his brazen words. He remarked that they had appraised treasures for half a lifetime, and couldn't guarantee that every single time they would be flawless. The man, on the other hand, actually dared to say he would choose 3 items, each one worth tens of millions. The wealthy second generation indicated that he would not bully the young man. He said that the master of antiques, Old Han, was present. They then asked Old Han to authenticate. They wanted to know how much the young man's face was really worth. Soon the beautiful woman brought over the antique appraisal tools. Old Han picked up a magnifying glass and a flashlight, and began to appraise the face. Before long, Old Han reached the conclusion he was looking for. This face appears to be from the Qing dynasty, but in reality, it is a modern replica. Although the craftsmanship is good, it is only worth 300 yuan. Did you hear that? You garbage is worth only 300 yuan. I told you this is just garbage. How could it possibly be worth 10 million? Chu Chen, you've already lost. Hurry up and kneel on the ground like a dog. Old Han, are you saying this treasure isn't worth anything? Unexpectedly, Old Han countered the man and said, this bottle itself isn't worth anything, right? The man noticed that there was a hidden meaning in Old Han's words. He then realized that Old Han also saw it. There is a world inside the bottle. However, the rich second generation beside him expressed, the man's bottle is indeed worthless. He urged the man to quickly kneel on the ground and bark like a dog. Even the boss urged the man to kneel down quickly. He also said he had never seen anyone bark like a dog. However, the man mocked them. They are a bunch of blind fools. He stated that the real treasure is right in front of them, but they can't see anything. We are blind to the obvious. You are the real smart one. I just don't understand. A person who doesn't understand appraising treasures or antiques. A naive little cutie blinded for 5 years. Where do you get the courage to bet with me on this? Well, keep an eye on this. This is my confidence. The bottle is worthless, but it holds a world within. Chu Chen, the way you smashed things just now, it seems like a useless dog barking madly. Some people, you know, are so arrogant and ignorant. Now they've lost their house and are embarrassed. Shouldn't you hurry up and kneel on the ground? Learn to crawl like a dog. I haven't lost. What's so special about a broken bead? This truly is a night pearl. Elder Han, don't get it wrong. How can this possibly be a night pearl? Yes, Elder Han, I retrieved this bottle. After such a long time, there's a night pearl inside. How could I possibly not know? Such a big night pearl. How much is it worth? This night pearl is worth at least 10 million. 10 million. What Grandpa said about having great significance is exactly this night pearl. But how did he see it at a glance? Who among you still dares to doubt what I said? He can discern the mystery within. Perhaps this is the golden eye we are looking for. Young man, how did you know that this bottle contains a night pearl? How did you figure it out? My method. Why should I tell you? You, arrogant. I'll give you the money. I won't sell the night pearl. Give it back to me. Boss Chen, what do you want to do? Old Han, this night pearl is worth millions. I must get it back. You brat, hurry up and give me the night pearl. Otherwise, I'll make you leave lying down. Truly shameless. Enough. Deal is done. Money and goods must match. Boss Chen, are you trying to break the rules of the antique business? But I admit defeat. Next, I'm going to choose the next treasure. Are you all admitting defeat directly? Or are you waiting to be slapped in the face by me? Chu-Chen, appraising treasures is not about luck. I don't believe it. You still have this dog's hit luck. Then open your eyes and watch closely. Just choose it. This is the stone I used to prop up the table. You actually want it. That's right. The second treasure I choose is this. You actually picked a piece of broken stone. When it's a treasure, then I want to see. How can you prove it's worth 10 million? I'll give it to you. If this stone isn't worth 10 million, then you would lose. Lost. Then kneel down and crawl like a dog. Alright, then widen your eyes. Look closely. Cut it for me. You want to bet on stones. That's right. This stone might indeed produce jade, but I'm afraid its value can't reach 10 million. This stone has an average quality. Even if it can produce jade, it wouldn't be worth much. My view is exactly the opposite of yours. I think this stone will not only produce green, but will also be top-grade imperial green. Chu-Chen, how would I not know? When will you bet on stones again? One stroke of luck doesn't mean every time is luck. You say you don't understand betting on stones, and you don't understand appraising treasures, relying solely on your stroke of luck to win once. You really think you're great. I advise you to admit defeat now, kneeling on the ground, learning to crawl like a dog, so that it doesn't take too long. It wouldn't look good if I embarrassed myself again. I said it. Cut it open. Fine, then I'll let you die with understanding. Call the stone cutter over. According to the lines I've drawn. Cut. This is just a worthless stone. You won't get any green out of it. Don't waste time. Cut it for me. Okay, this is what you asked to cut. You know, if you mess it up, don't blame me. Cut. Is it possible that in this stone, there really is a top quality imperial green? What? How could there be no green? Did we both misjudge it? Chu-Chen, I thought you were preparing for me. Such a big surprise. I didn't expect it. There's not even a single bit. Is that so? Then you watch closely. Cut deeper for me. Cut another slice. Cut. I advise you, just don't waste your time. This is just a worthless stone. Even if you cut it to death, it won't produce any green. Chu, my friend, if you keep cutting, it still won't produce any green. How about I give some face? You and Li Xiao, both take a step back. How about that? I won't lose. Why should I back down? Keep cutting. Sigh. Chu-Chen, why are you so stubborn? You won't even give Old Han face? Then just wait to lose completely. In the end, it's me who's stubborn. Or are you just blind? This cut down. The truth will reveal itself. It's turned green. It's really turned green. What turned green? How does this kid have such good luck? And it's the best imperial green. What else do you have to say now? Chu-Chen, don't be so arrogant. Li Xiao, no need to worry. This really is the best imperial green. But this small piece turned green is worth, at most 3 million. Our bet is, at least 10 million. You lost. Don't speak so soon. This is just one face cut. There are still 3 faces left. What do you mean? According to the rules of betting stones, for every additional green face, the price of the raw stone doubles. Look at him, so confident. Is it possible that this stone has more than one side with green? I just can't believe this broken stone can have green on 3 sides. Then let's keep cutting. Kid, I advise you to quit while you're ahead. If this second cut doesn't reveal green, then the value of this rough stone will be cut in half. Cut. All right. Oh no, it came out again. 2 sides of imperial green. The price of this rough stone is at least 6 million. Young man, I, an old fool, underestimated you. I apologize for my ignorance. Old man, everyone makes mistakes sometimes. I'm so ashamed. Being able to see that this stone is green on 2 sides shows his keen eyesight. He is definitely a top expert. How could it possibly show green again? This kid is so lucky. Even if it shows green again, its value is still only 6 million. I still lost to you. If your last name is Lee, don't speak so quickly. Otherwise, it will hurt when you get slapped in the face. Keep cutting for me. What, you still want to cut? That's right. If the third side doesn't produce green, then the stone, originally worth 6 million, will lose half its value and become 3 million. I think it will increase. Cut it, and you'll lose everything. It's produced green again. 3 sides have produced green. The price of the raw stone has doubled again. It's worth 12 million. Wrong. It's 24 million. Cut the 4th side for me. Cut. Sure. Good. I just don't believe it. This fourth side can still produce grain. It's produced grain. I said it's worth 24 million. I ask you, do you accept it? How can this be? This is the stone I picked up by the roadside. Casually. How could it possibly produce four sides? Top quality imperial grain. This stone of Chu-Chen. I won't give it to you anymore. I'm willing to bet and accept defeat, I admit it. Young Master Li, I have already found 2 items, worth over 10 million. If I find one more, worth over 10 million, you will lose. Do I really have to return this Ming Dynasty blonde white porcelain to him, and then bow to his mother and apologize? It's impossible. He must be relying on luck. Chu-Chen, stop putting on airs here. I just don't believe it. You still have this bullshit luck? Then the next treasure. I choose it. You want to pick that painting. When I originally got this painting, many experts verified it. It's definitely a worthless imitation. Chu-Chen, why don't we make a bet again?